Congratulations! God is telling you that today is going to be a very shocking and amazing day in your life, because something special will happen if you open this message right now. But if you don't, you're going to lose all the money you have. Please listen carefully to what I'm saying. Don't just keep scrolling and ignore this. If you notice your heart is beating a little bit faster right now, that's not just happening by chance or by accident. This is not like any other regular day, and this is not like any other regular message you might receive. If you let this moment pass you by and miss it, you're going to lose something that is very, very important and precious to you. When God tells you that today will be a surprising and shocking day of your life, He's not talking in puzzles or riddles or being confusing. He's showing you and telling you something that is real and something that needs your attention right now. Today, something big is about to change and shift in your life, but there's a condition attached to this. It all depends on what you choose to do in this exact moment right now. If you hear what He's saying to you and you choose to ignore it and walk away, the very miracle that He has prepared and set aside especially for you will just pass by, and you'll miss it completely. But if you open up your heart, open up your ears, open up your faith, and listen to everything I have to say until the very end, you will walk straight into a blessing that literally has your name written all over it. You have been specially chosen and selected to receive this message today. You're not seeing this by accident or by random chance. This message isn't meant to scare you or make you afraid. It's about getting into alignment with God, about catching the wind of the Spirit when it starts blowing in your direction. And right now in this moment, it's blowing straight toward you and your life. That feeling you have inside your chest right now, that's the confirmation you need. That's the Holy Spirit gently nudging and pushing your soul to pay attention. The surprise that's coming your way isn't just random or by chance. It's a divine appointment that was set aside and planned for you long before this day even came into existence. There's a specific reason why you're reading these words right now. God is actively trying to get your attention and speak to you. Comment the number 1 and the number 11 if you truly believe that something special is being released and poured out over your life in this very moment right now. Now let me take the time to explain what's really at stake here and what this is really all about. This isn't only about losing money or financial loss. When God says that you will lose all your money, He's talking about spiritual misalignment that will lead to you missing out on your provision and what He wants to give you. When you turn away from divine instruction and what God is telling you to do, you step out of the divine protection that He has placed around you. God isn't trying to punish you or hurt you. He's giving you a warning because He loves you deeply. You are His precious child. You are deeply seen and noticed by Him, and He wants you to walk in blessings and favor, not in burdens and struggles. There is a door that is opening up for you today, and if you choose to ignore this moment and walk away, that door may close and shut. That's exactly why this message feels so heavy and important. It's carrying a weight that comes straight from heaven above. Something that you've been asking God for and praying about is closer to you than you even think or realize. But God is asking you right now, will you trust me in this moment? Will you stay here long enough to receive what I have for you? Or are you going to walk away and leave just before the miracle shows up and happens? He knows exactly what you're carrying on your shoulders. The anxiety, the fear, the pressure, the debts that are piling up, the dreams that feel like they're slowly slipping through your fingers and getting away from you. And still, even knowing all of that, He calls you His beloved child. Still, He wants to surprise you with peace that you can't explain, with clarity that cuts through the confusion, with favor that you didn't earn or work for, but that He freely gives to you anyway. God isn't far away from you in some distant place. He is right here with you, right now in this moment, leaning into your life with both love and power. His protection surrounds you completely like a shield that covers every side. His angels are closer to you than you even realize or understand. Even in those moments when you felt the most alone and isolated, heaven never left your side for even a second. The battles that you fought and struggled through didn't break you into pieces because God was fighting right beside you the entire time. Comment the number 2 and the number 20. 2, if you trust that God's timing is absolutely perfect even when you don't understand it or see how it makes sense. Let me say this very clearly so there's no confusion. The money that God is talking about here is not just paper currency or coins or numbers in a bank account. It's about value and what matters to you. Your peace of mind is money. Your relationships with the people you love are money. Your time, your purpose in life, your calling, and what you're meant to do, they are all part of what God considers to be your wealth and riches. When you open this message and receive it, you are opening yourself up to restoration in every single one of those areas of your life. But if you turn away and ignore it, the enemy is sitting there waiting to steal what you won't protect and defend with your faith and belief. This is not about fear or trying to scare you. This is about urgency and knowing that time is important. God is saying to you, daughter, son, I have plans for your life, plans to make you prosper and succeed and not to harm you or hurt you. But you must listen to what I'm saying. You must be alert and paying attention. You must choose to follow me. Now, the reason why this message found its way to you is because heaven has circled this specific date on the calendar for your breakthrough to happen. There are no accidents or coincidences in God's kingdom and how He runs things. He orchestrates and arranges timing with absolute precision and perfection. If your heart is hurting and in pain, He's reaching down into that pain to heal it. If your mind is heavy and weighed down with thoughts, He's lifting that burden off of you. If your spirit is tired and exhausted, He's breathing fresh life into your soul again and renewing you. You are not forgotten or overlooked. You are not invisible to Him. You are loved fiercely and deeply. And your story is not over yet, not even close. What looks like an ending or the final chapter could actually be the start of the most beautiful chapter of your life yet to come. You are walking into a season and time where things will begin to line up and align properly. The surprise that God has prepared for you today may not look exactly like what you expected it to look like. It could come to you through an unexpected phone call that you weren't expecting, a message that arrives out of nowhere, an encounter with someone, a quiet whisper that you hear in prayer, or even a moment of complete stillness that gives you the clarity and understanding you've been longing for and desperately wanting. Do not underestimate or doubt how God works and moves. Miracles very often show up in ordinary moments and regular everyday situations, but only the people who are paying close attention and watching carefully will see them when they arrive. That's exactly why you're being asked to stay here and keep reading. Not because the message needs you to be here, but because you need what's being spoken over your life in this very moment, right now. You've cried tears that no one else saw or knew about, but God saw every single one, and He collected and bottled every single tear. Not one tear was wasted or meaningless. Not one moment of pain and suffering went unnoticed by your Father in heaven. You are not cursed or doomed. You are covered and protected. You are not behind schedule or too late. You are being prepared and made ready. You are not unlucky or unfortunate. You are deeply favored and blessed. God's hand is resting on you and your life. His power is alive and active in you, and no weapon that is formed or created against you shall prosper or succeed. You may have walked through the fire and the flames, but you didn't burn up or get destroyed because Jesus walked right through it with you. You may have been thrown into the lion's den like Daniel was, but your enemies and those who oppose you will witness and see your deliverance and rescue. Just like Daniel experienced, just like Joseph went through, just like Esther lived through, You have been positioned and placed for something far greater and bigger than you can see right now in this moment. What if there was a quick ritual that only takes 7 seconds that could truly wipe out and erase your debt completely and fill your entire life with unstoppable abundance and wealth? A shocking leak from the CIA has just revealed a ritual that only takes 7 seconds and is now helping ordinary regular people clear away their debt and attract unlimited wealth into their lives. This has been verified and confirmed by 4 top neuroscience labs and research centers, and this easy-at-home method is turning financial problems and struggles into dream lifestyles. New homes, cars, vacations, it's all happening for real people just like you. But the government might pull this secret down and remove it any minute now. Click the link that's in the description and in the comments section before it's deleted and taken down forever. Let that sink in and think about it for a moment. You are not reading this randomly or by accident. You've been drawn here and pulled here by the Spirit of the living God who wants to remind you of something important. You are seen by Him. You are chosen and selected. You are called for something more and something greater. Now, if this is speaking to your heart in any way at all, let your faith respond and answer. Like this video as an act of agreement and alignment, not for my benefit, but for you and your benefit, for your breakthrough that's coming, for your alignment with God's plan, for your miracle to be sealed and confirmed. You may not know what's coming next or what the future holds, but God does, and He knows. And He says to you, trust me in this. I am making a way for you in the wilderness where there seems to be no path. I am placing rivers of water in your dry land where everything is parched. I am restoring and giving back what was stolen from you. I am healing what was broken and shattered. The enemy knows that something big is close and about to happen. That's exactly why you've been feeling so much pressure and heaviness lately. That's why your thoughts have been heavy and weighing you down. That's why your sleep has been restless and you can't seem to rest properly. But the enemy can only delay and hold back what you don't defend and fight for. And today you are defending your blessing by standing strong in this moment. You're not shrinking back or getting smaller. You're not backing down or giving up. You are stepping into a word and a message that could change your entire path forever. Because when God speaks and opens His mouth, creation itself listens and pays attention. Heaven moves and shifts, chains break and fall off, doors open up wide. You may have been told before by people that nothing will ever change in your life. Maybe life has worn you down and beaten you up with disappointments and letdowns. But God is saying to you, I am not a man that I should lie to you. My word does not return to me void or empty without accomplishing what I sent it to do. If I said that today would be a surprising day in your life, then it will be exactly that. But you must remain present and hear. You must stay awake and alert. You must keep your spirit open and ready to receive what I have for you. The surprise will not come wrapped in fear or anxiety. It will come through peace that doesn't make sense to your mind. It will come through people that you didn't expect to bless you or help you, through opportunities that you didn't even know existed in the first place, through healing in places and areas that you didn't even realize were broken and wounded inside of you. This is what divine alignment feels like when you're in it. It's not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it whispers quietly, but its impact and effect is undeniable and impossible to miss. God is not asking you to figure it all out on your own or have all the answers. He's asking you to trust Him right now in this moment, to believe that He sees farther ahead than you can see, that He's leading you and guiding you through the unknown because He knows exactly where He's taking you and what the destination is. Your only job and responsibility is to say yes and agree, to let go of the fear that's gripping you, the doubt that's nagging you, the control that you're trying to hold onto, and simply say from your heart, Lord, I trust you completely. Comment the number 5 3 times if you are trusting God in this season with absolutely everything you have and everything you are. Let's be real and honest for a moment. Some of you are reading this with hearts that are broken into pieces. You've lost things that you thought you'd never lose in your lifetime. You've watched people walk away from you and leave. You've faced betrayal that shook you to your core and rocked your foundation. And still, even after all of that, you're here right now, still breathing air into your lungs, still seeking after God. That is real strength right there. That is genuine faith. That is what draws God close to you and makes him lean in. The Word of God says, "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and those whose spirits are crushed." He doesn't turn his face away from your pain and suffering. He leans right into it. He places his hands on your wounds and speaks life back into you and your situation. If no one has told you this lately, let me say this to you now. You are not weak just because you feel weary and tired. You are human, and that's okay. And God delights and takes pleasure in lifting up the weary and exhausted. He wraps you up in his grace like a blanket. He whispers to you, "I've got you, and I'm holding you." Even now in this moment, even here in this place you're in, the valley that you've been walking through for so long is not where your story ends and finishes. It's where your testimony begins and starts. The glory that is coming toward you will outweigh all the suffering that you endured and went through. That's not just encouragement or nice words. That's a promise that comes straight from the mouth of God himself. You didn't come this far and walk this long journey just to stop here and quit now, and you didn't suffer and go through pain just to stay in sorrow and sadness forever. There is resurrection coming to the parts of your life that felt dead and lifeless. The kind of resurrection and new life that only God can do and bring about. It won't make sense to your logical mind, but it will bring peace that surpasses understanding. It will bring restoration of what was lost, and it will bring you closer to the one who never left your side through any of it. When Jesus went to the cross and died, it looked like the end to everyone watching. To everyone standing there, it looked like complete defeat and failure. But what they didn't see or understand was that the cross was only the beginning of something new. The pain had a purpose behind it. The grave had a plan, and the resurrection was the surprise that no one saw coming or expected. That same exact spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives inside of you right now, and he's still in the business of shocking the world with unexpected glory and displays of power. So, no matter how bad it looks right now in your circumstances, you are never beyond the reach of God's power and his ability. He can still redeem and buy back the time that you lost and feel like you wasted. He can still restore the years that the enemy stole from you and took away. He can still turn the thing that was meant to destroy you and take you out into the very thing that promotes you and lifts you up. You serve a God of reversals and turnarounds, a God who takes ashes and ruins and makes beauty from them, who takes mourning and grief and gives joy in return, who takes lack and not having enough and pours out abundance that overflows. Comment the number 12 twice if you're believing and trusting for that kind of turnaround in your life. And let me remind you of something powerful and important. God does not make empty promises that he doesn't keep. If he said that today would be surprising, then you need to wake up with expectation and anticipation. You need to speak life over your situation and circumstances. Start saying out loud, "God, I don't know how you're going to do it, but I believe that you will do it." Start speaking the complete opposite of what fear has been telling you in your mind. You are not broke or without resources. You are blessed and favored. You are not stuck in one place forever. You are being prepared for something greater. You are not forgotten or overlooked. You are favored by the Most High God. Favor is not about how good you've been or how well you've performed. It's about how good God is, and His goodness is chasing after you and pursuing you. It's overtaking you and catching up to you. The Word of God says, "Goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life." That includes today and this very moment. That includes right now where you are. You didn't earn it or deserve it, but He's giving it anyway because He is your Father, and He takes care of His children and provides for them. Could it be real that a brainwave ritual leaked from the CIA could be the fastest shortcut to a life of luxury and wealth? Newly released research from the CIA has just exposed a jaw-dropping brainwave technique that's letting everyday, ordinary people attract massive wealth almost instantly and immediately. This ritual that only takes 7 seconds and can be done at home has been proven by 4 neuroscience labs and is transforming debt into dream houses, expensive cars, and luxury getaways and vacations. If you're reading this right now, consider yourself lucky and blessed. The page with this information could be taken down at any time. Click the link that's in the description and comments section to unlock the secret before it's gone forever and removed. Whatever is stressing you right now and making you anxious, give it to Him and hand it over. Lay it down at His feet. Stop trying to carry what God never asked you to carry in the first place. You are not your own provider and source. He is your provider. You are not your own healer. He is your healer. You are not your own rescuer. He is your rescuer, and He's working behind the scenes even when you can't see it happening with your physical eyes. You don't need to have it all together and figured out. You just need to keep showing up with your heart open to Him. God will do the rest of what needs to be done. He's not waiting for you to be perfect before He moves. He's waiting for surrender and you giving it to Him. And when you surrender and let go, He floods in with grace and mercy. He doesn't shame you or make you feel bad for doubting. He gently reminds you of who you are and whose you are and who you belong to. You are not a mistake or an accident. You are a miracle in motion and happening right now. Comment the number 7 3 times if you're ready for God to take over what you can no longer carry by yourself right now. God is rewriting something in your story and changing the narrative. There's a shift that is happening right now in the spiritual realm that you can't see with your eyes. A battle that you couldn't see or know about is being won on your behalf. Angels have been sent on assignment with your specific name on it. Heaven is fighting for you and waging war, and victory is being declared before you even reach the battlefield where the fight is. You may not feel it happening yet, but don't be fooled or deceived by what your physical eyes see in front of you. This is not the time to quit or give up. This is the time to stand firm and hold your ground. Every hardship you faced, every delay you experienced, every tear you cried, none of it was in vain or meaningless. God wastes nothing in your life. Not your pain, not your waiting, not your wandering around. All of it has been preparation for where He's taking you next. You've been forged and shaped in the fire for such a time as this moment. That's exactly why the enemy came so hard against you and attacked you, because he knew what was coming for you in the future. But he underestimated your resilience and ability to bounce back. He forgot about who walks beside you every single day. You are not walking into this day alone by yourself. The same God who parted seas and waters and shut the mouths of hungry lions walks with you now in this moment. He has gone ahead of you into your future, clearing the path and removing obstacles, removing traps that were set for you, opening doors of opportunity. You are not walking blind without direction. You are walking in divine steps that are ordered. Even if it feels uncertain and you're not sure, your feet are being ordered and directed by the Lord Himself. God's surprise for you isn't just about money or material things that you can touch. It's about healing that reaches deep inside. It's about freedom from what's been holding you captive. It's about joy returning to your life where grief had lived for far too long. Some of you have been in emotional lockdown for months or even years. surviving on autopilot mode, convincing others around you that you're okay when deep down inside you're barely making it through each day. But God sees you and knows the truth, and today He's saying to you, you don't have to fake it anymore or pretend. Let me in. Let me carry what's crushing you under its weight. Comment the number 9 3 times if you believe that God is stepping into your situation in this very moment right now. There's no shame in being tired and exhausted. There's no guilt in needing help from others. You've held so much together for so long by yourself, and God is proud of how far you've come and what you've accomplished. But now He wants to hold you instead, to give you rest, not just for your physical body, but for your soul that's weary. He's offering you peace, not the kind that the world gives that's temporary, but the kind that anchors you firmly in every storm that comes. Peace that can't be shaken by bills piling up, by bad news arriving, by anything this world throws at you. Some of you have been under pressure to perform and meet expectations, to be strong for everyone else around you, to pretend you're not breaking apart inside. But God didn't call you to carry everyone on your shoulders. He called you to come to Him, to lay it all down at His feet and say, God, I can't do this anymore, but I know you can. That's not weakness or giving up. That's trust and surrender. That's the doorway that leads to supernatural strength beyond your own. Because when you let go and stop trying to control everything, God steps in and takes over. You've asked God for confirmation and a sign. And this is it right here, that quiet question in your heart asking, God, is this really you speaking? Should I believe and trust this time? He's answering you right now in this moment. Yes, this is Him speaking to you. Yes, this is your moment that you've been waiting for. Yes, this is your time to receive. He is not teasing you or playing games with your emotions. He is teaching you to expect more from Him, to hope again when hope seemed lost, to believe that something good is not only possible, it's promised to you. This surprise that's coming your way may not look like fireworks exploding in the sky. It might look like a gentle moment of clarity that shifts your whole direction and path, or a connection with someone that leads to your next opportunity, or a release of peace that allows you to finally rest and breathe. But make no mistake about it, it's real and it's coming toward you. The God who made time itself is stepping into your time today. Comment the number 1 if your spirit is ready to receive what your eyes haven't seen yet or can't see now. Don't measure what's coming in your future by what you've lost in your past. What's ahead of you is not just a replacement for what's gone. It's a restoration and multiplication. God doesn't just return things to you. He multiplies them and makes them more. He blesses you beyond what was taken away. He rebuilds what the enemy tried to destroy and tear down. And He does it in a way that shows everyone around you and watching that this was not your doing or your work. This was divine intervention. This was God moving on your behalf. You're about to walk into a place where the weight that you carried will become your testimony and your story, where the thing that almost broke you completely will become the thing that builds others up and encourages them. God is not just blessing you for your benefit alone. He's blessing you so you can be a blessing to others around you, so you can remind others that He still heals people, still moves mountains, still makes a way where there was no way before. You may not see it yet with your physical eyes, but a divine transaction is happening as you read these words. The heavens are opening over your obedience and faithfulness. God responds to faith and belief, not perfection or having it all together. And you are showing faith just by listening to this message, just by trusting what's being said, just by keeping your eyes and ears open to His voice. He is honoring that faith, and the surprise He's preparing for you is not ordinary or common. It is tailor-made and custom, designed for your heart, your calling, your unique journey. Comment the number 15 twice if you believe this is your appointed time for change and breakthrough. Let me tell you what else God is doing in your life. He's restoring your confidence back to you. Not confidence in yourself and your own abilities, but confidence in Him, in His plan for you, in His timing that's always perfect. You've questioned whether you missed your chance, whether you messed up the one opportunity that mattered most. But God says to you, no, my child, you are not disqualified from what I have for you. I still choose you. I still call you mine and say you belong to me. You can't mess up what God already factored into your journey and accounted for. Even your detours and wrong turns have been woven into His plan for your life. Is it really possible for a ritual that only takes 7 seconds to turn financial struggle into overnight wealth and success? This leaked study that's backed by the CIA uncovers a money ritual that only takes 7 seconds and is changing lives right now as we speak. Endorsed and supported by 4 neuroscience labs, it reprograms your brain to attract money like a powerful magnet pulling metal. People who were once broke and struggling are now living their dream lives and the lives they always wanted. Luxury homes, new vehicles, exotic travel to faraway places. But this secret information won't stay online for long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted and removed forever. Don't let fear speak louder than your Father God. Don't let your past hold more weight and influence than God's promise for your future. You are not defined by what you did or what was done to you by others. You are defined by who your Creator says you are and what He speaks over you. And He says you are victorious and winning. He says you are more than a conqueror through Him. He says you are rising up from where you were. You've been surviving and just getting by, but now you're about to thrive and flourish. There's a big difference between the two. Surviving is barely holding on, but thriving is rising up strong and healthy. And you are stepping into a season and time where God is going to make you rise in places where you were once pushed down and held back. Your voice will carry weight and authority in rooms that once ignored you and didn't listen. Your name will be mentioned and spoken in places you never even applied for or sought after. God is not done showing off through your life and what He can do. That's not arrogance or pride. That's anointing and God's favor. When you belong to God, favor follows you wherever you go. Not because you earned it or worked for it, but because He decided and chose it for you. And when God decides to favor you and pour out blessing, no one can block it or stop it. They may talk about you, they may try to interfere, but His hand is stronger than their words could ever be. His blessing is heavier and carries more weight than their opinions about you. So stop shrinking back and making yourself small. Stop apologizing for how God's about to elevate you and lift you up. This next blessing that's coming will be loud and noticeable. It will be visible for others to see, and it will be undeniable and impossible to deny that it was God who did it and made it happen. Comment the number 17 twice if you're ready to walk boldly into that next level with confidence. Let me speak directly to your heart for a moment, to the part of you that still feels unseen and invisible. You've been the strong one for so long and for so many people, but deep down inside you've wondered and asked, God, when is it my turn to receive? You've celebrated others and their victories. You've clapped and cheered for miracles in their lives. But you've cried in private and alone because it feels like everyone else is moving forward and progressing while you're standing still in the same place. But God saw all of that and He noticed. And He's saying to you now, thank you for not growing bitter and resentful. Thank you for not giving up when it got hard. Your turn is coming and it's on its way. And when it comes and arrives, it will be fast and sudden. It will be quick and immediate. It will feel like all of heaven rushed in at once and surrounded you. The years that felt slow and silent and like nothing was happening will be redeemed in a single moment. The pain that left you speechless and unable to talk will be healed with joy that leaves you breathless and amazed. And you'll know, not guess, not wonder about, but truly know deep in your soul that it was all worth it and meant something. Every tear you cried, every silent prayer you whispered, every lonely night you endured, all of it was worth it. Because your Father in heaven never forgets what you've been through and experienced. He never overlooks the ones who stay faithful in the quiet places where no one is watching. While others shouted loudly for attention and recognition, you kept your eyes focused on Him. And that kind of heart is the kind He lifts up and elevates, the kind He blesses abundantly, the kind He trusts with more responsibility and influence. You are that kind of person, and your reward is coming toward you. It's already been written in heaven's books. It's already been sealed and confirmed. All that's left now is the moment when it shows up in your physical reality. And when it does arrive, remember this truth. It wasn't luck or chance. It was legacy and inheritance. It wasn't a random chance happening. It was divine choice and selection. You are part of a bigger plan and purpose. And your obedience in this moment right now is what's unlocking the next one that's coming. You haven't wasted time even though it might feel like it. Even the waiting season was working something deep in you. Strength of character, discernment to know the difference, spiritual maturity and growth. Now you can tell the difference between distraction and destiny with clarity. Now you know when to move forward and when to be still and wait. You've been trained and refined in the fire, and now you're ready to carry the flame and light to others. There is someone reading this right now who has almost given up completely. Someone who said to God, "If you don't speak to me today, I'm done trying." This entire message is for you specifically. God heard that cry. He caught that last desperate whisper from your heart. And this entire word has been an answer to that whisper you thought no one heard. Don't let go of your faith. Not now, not here, not when you're this close to breakthrough. What's coming in your future is going to be bigger and better than what you lost in your past. That's not just hope or wishful thinking. That's a promise from God. All that time when you thought nothing was happening and nothing was changing. Something deep was growing under the surface. Strength you didn't know you had, wisdom from experience, vision for your future. You were being rooted deep like a tree. So when the storm came and the winds blew, you didn't fall over and die. You bent and swayed, but you didn't break into pieces. That wasn't your own strength holding you up. That was His hand holding you together and keeping you whole, when everything felt like it was falling apart and crumbling. And now He's saying to you, get ready and prepare yourself. What's coming next is not survival mode. It's revival and new life. Comment the word, Men, if you receive that revival in your soul and spirit. God never wastes a season in your life, not even the hard ones and difficult times, especially not the hard ones that shaped you. The nights when you cried yourself to sleep and soaked your pillow with tears, He was there beside you. The moments when you smiled in public and put on a brave face but felt empty inside and hollow, He noticed and saw. The days when you showed up for everyone else and met their needs, but went home feeling unseen and unappreciated. Heaven has written down everything you've done, and now the good things are coming your way. When you quietly obey and follow God's path, you always receive big and loud blessings in return. And the whole world is going to see and hear what God has been getting ready for you during these quiet times. Some of you are going to be shocked by how fast everything changes for the better. What took many years to fall apart might go away in just one single moment. Not because you worked so hard, but because you finally let go and gave it all to God. The kind of amazing change you're about to experience doesn't happen when you try too hard and stress yourself out. It happens when you relax and rest in the arms of the one who already fought and won the battle for you. Jesus already paid the price for your peace and calm. He already paid for your healing and restoration. He already paid for your complete freedom. You don't need to work hard to earn any of it. Just open your hands and receive it. You're not walking into this next part of your life carrying the same heavy weight you've been dragging around. God is lifting away the burdens, the kind of heavy things you stopped talking about because it seemed like nobody could understand what you were going through. But He understood every single bit of it, and He's breaking that heavy weight off of you right at this very moment. It's not going to follow you anymore into your future days. The heaviness is breaking apart right now. The lies you believed are falling down and crumbling. The shame is being completely washed away and cleaned off. Comment 11 if you can feel the heavy weight starting to lift off of you even as you read this right now. You don't need to know all the answers before you can move forward in your life. Sometimes God only gives you enough light to see the very next step in front of you, not the entire path ahead. And that's exactly where faith and trust come into the picture. That's where real trust gets built up inside of you. He's not asking you to run as fast as you can. He's just asking you to keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep walking forward. To trust and believe that each small step you take forward is bringing you closer and closer to something much greater and better than what you left behind in your past. Have you heard about the top secret practice and ritual that the government really wants to keep hidden from regular people? Just imagine if a single 7-second ritual could clear away all your debts and pull wealth toward you without any effort at all. A leaked CEA report and 4 big neuroscience labs say it's not fake or made up. Families who are struggling are now moving into their dream homes with complete peace of mind, but the government might take this secret away any minute now. Click the link in the description and comments section before it gets deleted and removed forever. Yes, there will be times when you feel doubt and uncertainty, but doubt doesn't cancel out or erase your destiny and purpose. It just means you're a normal human being. What really matters is that you don't stop moving, that you don't allow fear to talk louder than God's promises to you. You've already come too far along this journey to turn around and go back now. Too much has been put into your growth and development. Too many prayers have been planted like seeds for you to give up and quit right before the harvest comes. This is your harvest season and time. Even if you don't feel it happening yet, the ground and soil underneath is moving and shifting. The seeds are pushing through and breaking the surface. What you planted while crying tears is about to come up and grow with joy and happiness. What you prayed for when you were desperate and afraid is about to show up with clear confirmation. What looked completely dead is about to start breathing and living again. This is what God does best. He brings life to places where there was absolutely none before. Let me say something very clearly to you. You have not missed your moment or your time. Some of you are thinking it's too late now, that you wasted too much precious time, that you messed up so badly you can't be used anymore. But the real truth is, if it was truly meant for you, you simply can't miss it. A delay doesn't mean God said no to you. God's timing often looks very different from what we expect and want, but His timing is never wrong or off. He's never too early, never too late, always showing up right on time. And sometimes He waits until the very last possible moment so that when it finally happens, there's no question in anyone's mind about who made it happen. So that when the doors swing open wide, everyone who's watching will know without a doubt it wasn't just luck. It wasn't your connections to important people. It wasn't your talent or skills. It was God. Pure and powerful and impossible to deny. Comment 22 if you're making the choice to trust that His timing is still absolutely perfect. Some of you have been quietly carrying dreams inside your heart that feel way too big to say out loud to anyone. You have visions that actually scare you, ideas that seem completely impossible to achieve. But God put those big dreams inside of you for a very specific reason, not to tease you or torture you, but to lead you and guide you forward. He doesn't give you a little glimpse of your future just to make you feel bad. He does it to wake you up inside, to remind you that your life isn't meant to be small and limited. Even if it feels really small right now, you were created and designed for more than this. And more doesn't always mean more noise, more money, or more attention from people. Sometimes more means more peace in your heart, more joy in your daily life, more purpose in what you do, more clarity about where you're going. That's what God is offering and giving to you. A surprise day that's filled with the kind of blessings you can't even put into words or explain. Blessings that will bring tears to your eyes because they speak so directly to what you thought God had forgotten about. He didn't forget anything. He remembers every single detail, every silent prayer you whispered, every hope you buried deep down, every dream that got broken into pieces. He sees absolutely all of it. And when He restores things back to you, He restores them even better than before. Not just giving back the same thing, better than that, because He doesn't just give you back what got taken away from you. He gives you more than what you originally lost. So stay expecting good things. Stay hopeful in your heart. Keep your eyes focused on Him, not on the clock ticking, not on the calendar dates, not on the chaos happening around you. Just keep looking at Him. Because when your eyes stay fixed on Jesus, your heart can stay steady and stable no matter what changes and shifts around you. This is your moment to line up, to step into what's already been sitting there waiting for you. There are blessings that didn't pass you by or miss you. They were simply waiting for the right version of you to be ready to receive them. Not a perfect version of you, but a trusting version, a surrendered version, a healed version of you. And now God is saying you are finally ready. Ready for the kind of life that doesn't wear you out and exhaust you, but actually fills you up. Ready for the peace that doesn't come one day and leave the next, but actually stays with you. Comment 333 if you're ready to start living in that kind of lasting peace. Let's have a conversation about the kind of peace that God gives to His children. It's not just surface level and shallow. It's not the kind that only comes when your circumstances are perfect and everything is going right. It's the kind that holds your heart steady and anchored when everything around you feels like it's completely falling apart and crashing down. That's what Jesus was talking about when He said, "My peace I give to you, not as the world gives it to you." The world's peace depends on your conditions being just right. God's peace depends on His presence being with you. And He is right here with you now. Some of you have been living in survival mode for far too long now. God did not create you to constantly live your life under stress, fear, and pressure every single day. That is not what He planned for you. You are His beloved child. And just like any good father wants to see his children rest and grow and flourish, your heavenly Father wants you to breathe freely again, to wake up in the morning without feeling dread, to sleep at night without anxiety keeping you awake, to move through your day with calm and quiet in your soul. This is the surprising shift that today is bringing to you. Not only will your situation and circumstances begin to change and improve, but so will you on the inside. You'll respond to things differently than before. You'll start to notice that what used to make you feel fear now meets your faith instead. What used to drain all your energy now actually strengthens you. Because when God transforms and changes your heart on the inside, it completely changes how you walk through everything else in your life. The blessing always begins on the inside of you, before it ever shows up on the outside where people can see it. Comment 555 if you're believing and trusting God for that kind of inner shift and change to happen in you today. God wants you to walk with confidence again, to stop second-guessing and doubting your every single step, to trust and believe that He is leading you even when the path ahead doesn't make any sense to your mind. Think about this for a moment. When Moses was standing right in front of the Red Sea, he had absolutely no clue how it was going to part and open up. But God didn't ask Moses to part it himself. He only asked him to raise his wooden staff and move forward in faith. And when Moses obeyed what God said, the water responded and moved because of God's great power. That's exactly what faith looks like in real life. It's doing the next thing God asked you to do, even if you have no idea what happens after that step. And right now, that very next step for you is continuing to stay open to this word and message, to stay anchored and rooted in His voice, even when your mind wants to run away and panic. The same exact God who split the seas for Moses is still speaking today, still leading His people, still performing miracles in our lives. And some of the greatest and most powerful miracles are actually quiet ones. They don't always come with thunder and lightning. Sometimes they come to you with a soft whisper saying, "Keep going, don't give up, I'm right here with you." Why is this 7-second CA ritual spreading everywhere so incredibly fast? New CA leaks have now revealed a powerful brain ritual that triggers instant wealth to flow into your life. This 7-second technique that's been validated by 4 neuroscience labs is rapidly changing people's lives in amazing ways. From crushing debt to dream vacations, this could be your shortcut to abundance and wealth. If you're seeing this message right now, you're lucky because the page might disappear at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it gets deleted and removed forever. You might be in a place right now where you're thinking, "But I don't feel strong enough inside to keep going forward." That's actually good news, because this journey isn't about your strength at all. It's about His strength working through you. The Word of God says His strength is made perfect in our weakness and inability. That means your weakness isn't a limitation that holds you back. It's actually an invitation for God to show off and display His power through your life. You don't need to pretend to be okay when you're not. God blesses your honesty more than He blesses your performance and acting. He already knows exactly what you're struggling with every day, and He's not backing away from you or leaving because of it. In fact, He's drawing even closer to you. That's the true heart of the Father. He runs toward you, not away from you when you're struggling. Comment 12:12 if you believe God is still running toward you today with open arms. This is exactly why the enemy has fought against you so hard and relentlessly. He can see what's attached to your obedience and faithfulness. He knows your breakthrough and victory is bigger than just affecting you alone. But what he didn't count on and didn't expect was that you'd still be standing here, still believing in God, still holding onto hope. And that is extremely dangerous to all his plans, because a believer who refuses to quit is completely unstoppable when they're in God's hands. God is about to release a favor over your entire life that doesn't make sense to other people around you. That's exactly what He loves to do. He loves to bless people in ways that confuse the proud and lift up the humble servants. You've stayed humble through all the hardship and difficulty. You've stayed kind even when life was being cruel to you, and now the reward is on its way to you. The Word says that when the time is exactly right, the Lord will make it happen for you. Not when you have it all figured out perfectly, not when you've worked hard enough to deserve it, just when the time is right in His eyes. And friend, the time is right now. You've been asking, God, when will this finally change and get better? But today, God is answering you with a better question instead. Will you trust me while it's in the process of changing, because the shift is already in motion and moving? You may not be able to see it yet with your eyes, but faith sees what your physical eyes cannot see. You've stepped into a moment that's charged and filled with the favor of God. And when you walk in His favor, things happen that make absolutely no sense on paper. They only make sense when you look at them from heaven's perspective. Comment A meant to say out loud that you believe favor is falling on your life right now at this very moment. Maybe you've been struggling and having a hard time feeling that favor lately. Maybe all you felt in recent times is forgotten, overlooked, and buried underground. But what if I told you something different? What if I told you the burial wasn't to hide you, it was really a planting? What if I told you you're not underground to be hidden away forever? You're underground so you can grow bigger and stronger. The darkest seasons in your entire life didn't end you or destroy you. They actually grew you and developed you. They prepared you for what's ahead. And now God is saying to you, come up out of that ground. It's time now. Stretch yourself out. Break through the dirt above you. Rise up into the light. This is your blooming season. All those quiet nights when nobody was around, all those private prayers when you were alone, all that quiet holding on when you desperately wanted to quit, none of it was wasted or thrown away. It was seen by God. It was sacred and holy to Him. God honors what nobody else saw or noticed, and now He is bringing the kind of reward that only heaven could possibly design and create. This isn't just about things getting better in your circumstances. It's about you becoming better, stronger, wiser, and rooted in something that no storm can ever shake loose. You've outgrown the place you've been in spiritually, emotionally, and even mentally. That's exactly why it's felt so uncomfortable lately. That's why peace seemed so distant and far away, because you're being pulled and stretched into a new place, and growing always hurts. Change stretches you, but God never asks you to leave something behind unless He's already leading you into something greater and better. The surprise that's waiting on the other side of your obedience is so much more than you ever imagined it could be. Comment 1111 if you believe God is stretching you right now for something much greater ahead. There is someone reading this right now who has been at their absolute limit, not just tired, but completely done and finished. You've said, God, I don't even have the strength left to pray like I used to pray before. And He's saying back to you, that's perfectly okay. You don't have to prove anything at all to me. You don't have to perform or put on a show. Just be still and rest. I'm fighting this battle for you. His love does not require your strength or your energy. It flows freely into your weakness and your inability. Where you see complete failure, He sees faith trying. Just the simple fact that you're still here, still holding on in any way you can, is a victory worth celebrating. God is not disappointed in you at all. He's not mad or angry. He's not keeping a score sheet. He's pulling you closer to Himself right now, even at this very moment, wrapping His strong arms around the parts of you that no one else understands or gets. And He is healing what others didn't even know was broken deep inside you. That deep fear of being left behind, of being too late, of being too far gone. He's silencing that horrible fear with His truth. You are not too late for your purpose. You are not forgotten by heaven. You are not too broken to be used. You are still the one He chooses and picks. Some of you are about to walk into a peace that doesn't make sense to your logical mind. Not because everything is suddenly fixed and perfect, but because God is lifting the heavy weight off of you. That's exactly how He works sometimes. Sometimes He doesn't take you out of the storm you're facing. Instead, He calms your heart right in the middle of it, and that inner calm becomes your living proof that He is right there with you. The world around you will say you should be panicking and freaking out, but instead you'll have a stillness and quiet that confuses your enemies and blesses your own soul. Comment 22 if you're ready for God to calm your heart in the middle of the storm you're facing right now. This is the miracle of grace in action. You don't climb up high to reach it. It meets you exactly where you are standing, and that's what is happening right now in this moment. Grace is meeting you here in your doubt, in your fear, in your stress, in your complete mess. You don't need to fix yourself first before you can receive this gift. You only need to open up your heart to let God into the parts of your life you've tried so hard to keep hidden from everyone. He already knows everything, and He's not afraid of your mess at all. Could the CIA really be hiding a 7-second ritual that turns money struggles into fortune and wealth? A secret CIA finding exposes a strange 7-second ritual that activates money-attracting brain waves on complete autopilot. Supported by real science and 4 elite labs, this home ritual is turning struggling people into dream lifestyle owners right now. But this page may disappear very soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted from the entire internet forever. The beautiful truth is that he does his very best work in messy places and situations. Jesus didn't come to work with perfect people who had it all together. He came for the hurting, the sick, the lost, the confused and broken. And that means he came specifically for you, for the version of you that struggles every day, the version that doesn't always get it right, the version that needs mercy over and over again without stopping. And his mercy never runs dry or empties out. What's ahead for you in your future is not based on what you've earned or deserved. It's based entirely on who he is and his character. And he is faithful every single time. He is generous beyond measure. He is kind and gentle. He is all-powerful and mighty. He is present with you, and he is working right now at this very moment. Even as you read these words, he's aligning things you didn't even know needed to shift and move. Some blessings are already on their way to you, moving through channels and paths you can't see with your eyes. Don't give up just before they reach your hands. Don't cancel what's coming toward you with your doubt and unbelief. Stay open and receptive. Stay expecting good things, and stay grounded and rooted in the truth that you are not in this alone. You have absolutely no idea how many prayers have been covering you and protecting you. The people who have lifted your name up to God when you couldn't speak for yourself, the angels that are assigned to walk on your path with you, the grace that has gone ahead of you to soften hard hearts, to unlock closed doors, to prepare places for you. God says, today is a surprising day, not just because he's giving you something good, but because he's revealing and showing just how deeply he has always been involved in your life. Even when you were completely unaware and didn't notice, even when you didn't believe, even when you were angry with him, he never left your side and he never will leave. Some days it feels like everything is closing in on you from all sides. Like the walls are too tight and squeezing you, the decisions too heavy to carry, the silence too loud in your ears, and maybe today is one of those really hard days for you. Maybe you feel like you're at the very end of your strength and rope. But hear this truth clearly. Your breaking point is not your ending point. It's actually the place where God begins to move most powerfully in your situation. You are not breaking apart into pieces. You are breaking open for something new. Comment amen if you believe something really good is breaking through for you right now. The enemy wants you to think and believe this is the end of the road for you, that this season means you're finished and done. But God says this is not the end at all. It's the bend in the road, a change in direction, a complete reset. What looked like a terrible loss is actually making room and space for something better to come in. What looked like painful rejection was actually divine protection keeping you safe. You didn't lose what was truly meant for you. What's yours in Christ cannot be taken away by any man. What God planned and ordained, no one can erase or cancel. Sometimes we don't see the real value in the closed doors until we look back later and realize how much pain and hurt God saved us from. You may not understand why he said no right now, but one day you'll thank him for it with all your heart. One day you'll say out loud, God, I finally see why you didn't let that happen. You are keeping and protecting me for something more and better. And that more is beginning right now. The surprise you're stepping into is not random or by accident. It's precise and exact. It was scheduled and planned, and it's unfolding right on time according to heaven's calendar. God's timing rarely matches our own expectations and plans, but it's never late. If it didn't happen yet, it simply wasn't the right time. But now things are shifting and moving, and when God speaks and says today is the day, everything in heaven moves immediately to make that happen. The angels don't hesitate or wait. Creation doesn't delay or stall. It all moves at His command, and that's exactly what's happening on your behalf right now. Comment 111 if you believe heaven is moving something specifically for you right now. Let's go even deeper into this truth. Some of you have been faithful in ways that nobody else noticed or saw. You've been generous, kind, and consistent in your actions. Even when no one clapped for you, no one saw what you did, and no one thanked you for it. You've prayed hard for others when you desperately needed prayer yourself. You've shown up for people who never showed up for you in return. And maybe you've wondered, God, do you even see me and what I'm doing? Yes, He absolutely sees it all. He saw every single moment, and He's about to repay you in ways that go far beyond anything you expected to receive. God doesn't forget faithful hearts who keep serving. He doesn't overlook the quiet, surrendered, obedient life. The reward for your consistency and faithfulness is coming toward you. The harvest is on its way right now. You sowed your seeds in the dark, and now you're about to reap and collect in the bright light. There's a blessing coming that's going to silence every lie the enemy whispered in your ear over the years. It's going to prove without a single doubt that your faith was not foolish or stupid. And you know what else is happening. Your name is being mentioned in rooms you've never entered before, not because of manipulation or tricks, not because of self-promotion and bragging, but because God Himself is your advocate and defender. He's placing your name on the lips of people with the power to bless you and help you. He's arranging divine connections that no amount of networking could ever create. He's lining things up in a way you couldn't possibly plan if you tried. And all He's asking from you is stay close to Him, stay ready and alert, stay believing and trusting. Comment 777 if you know your name is being spoken by God Himself in places you've never seen before. There are blessings that come through hard striving and effort, and then there are blessings that come through surrender and letting go. The ones that come through surrender are sweeter, richer, and deeper because they don't come from stress and anxiety. They come from peace and rest. That's the kind of blessing God wants to surprise you with today. The kind that feels light and easy, not heavy and hard. The kind that confirms and proves His goodness, not your grinding and hustling. You don't need to chase after what's already yours by promise. You don't need to beg and plead for what your Father delights in giving freely. His heart is generous toward you. He is not holding back from you or withholding good things. He's preparing you carefully. And when the moment is exactly right, it will all fall into place so fast you'll actually forget how long you waited. The tears will be replaced with laughter and joy. The worry will be swallowed up completely in happiness. And you'll look back on this time and say with confidence that could only have been God who did that. This isn't just a good season coming, it's a God season. It's the kind of season where things finally begin to make sense to you, where scattered pieces begin to come together like a puzzle, where prayers you forgot you even prayed begin to be answered clearly, where you walk into rooms that once made you feel intimidated with a peace that doesn't even feel like it came from you at all. That's what happens when you walk closely with God every day. He prepares a table for you right in the presence of your enemies watching. He anoints your head with oil, and your cup, it overflows with abundance. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many regular people are suddenly living in luxury and wealth? Secret CIA research has now come to light, revealing a brain-hacking ritual that draws in wealth like magic. It only takes 7 seconds to do. You can do it at home in private, and it's supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are ditching their debt and living in luxury right now. But this information won't stay online for very long. Click the link in the description and comments before it gets deleted. So breathe deeply and relax. You don't have to figure it all out today. You don't have to carry it all on your shoulders anymore. God is handling it all for you. He's not confused about what to do next in your situation. He's not worried or anxious, and because He's at complete peace, you can rest and relax in that too. You can release the tension, the pressure, the fear, and just let Him lead you forward. You've asked Him, God, when will it finally be my turn? And He's whispering softly now, your turn is here right now. Not because everything is perfect, not because you're flawless and made no mistakes, but because you endured and lasted, because you kept showing up day after day, because even when your voice shook with fear, you still said, I trust you, God, and that trust has activated something powerful in the heavens above. Today, the breakthrough you've been waiting for begins to unfold. Commenting, men, if your heart is open and ready for that breakthrough right now. It's not about the size of your faith or how big it is. God can work with whatever you bring to Him, even if it's small, even if it's barely there at all. What matters most is that you bring it to Him, that you show up with what you have. The widow woman who gave 2 small coins was blessed because she gave from her heart, not because of the amount she gave, but because of the surrender behind it. That's what God is looking for and searching for. Not perfection in you, just surrender and letting go. You don't need to be full of energy and excitement. You don't need to have the perfect prayer written out. You just need to say with honesty, God, I'm still here trying. And that alone moves His heart deeply. That alone causes angels to go to work for you. That alone opens closed doors because God doesn't need your perfect performance. He just wants your presence near Him. He just wants your trust in Him. He just wants you close and near to Him. And right now you are closer than you even know or realize. Sometimes we think God feels far away when really He's never left us at all. The problem is life gets loud and noisy. The pain gets heavy to carry. The fear starts shouting loudly. And in all the noise we forget that He's right beside us. But He's been there every moment. Every step you took, every tear you cried, every sleepless night you had. He didn't turn away from you. He stayed right there. And now He's ready to reveal and show you why it all had to happen the way it did. Comment 999 if you believe God stayed with you through your darkest nights. You've been carrying burdens that weren't yours to carry alone. Worrying about outcomes you can't control or change. Trying to protect yourself in places where only God can truly cover you and shield you. But now He's inviting you to rest deeply. Not a shallow rest, but a soul-deep, worry-breaking, mind-clearing kind of rest. The kind of rest that only comes when you finally stop trying to hold the whole world together and let God be the one who carries it for you instead. This is what He meant when He said, Come to me, all who are weary and heavy burdened, and I will give you rest. That's not just a comforting phrase or nice words. That's a real promise, a direct call to your weary heart. And today He's saying clearly, lay it down at my feet. You've carried it long enough. You've done all you can possibly do.